Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gilles. I wanted to come and wish you a good day, for there is a lot of celebrations that are coming, and I wanted to discuss a few ideas, transcendental psychology, so I discuss here, and the fact is that we're coming out of the Kali Yuga into the Satya Yuga. It's the Hinduist philosophy, religion, cosmology is the most has been the most accurate in relationship to understanding the flows of consciousness in the great spiral of eternity, on how civilization and group consciousness are evolving. And so we're really moving from an age of darkness, when darkness is dominant, where the decadence of the law, to an age of light, an age of peace, an age of concord, an age of where ethic, morality, people live in accordance to the divine law and freedom and joy, this golden age. So we're really in this shifting time, and this golden age that is right before us. Because what the Buddha said is that patience has its limits. We're going to be patient and patient and patient and patient. But at some point, we need to act. There is certain things that there is limit to the patience. To the same thing with the mercy of God. I know some people will contradict me on that, but even the mercy of God has its limit. When mercy has been given and given and given and given, there will come a time when all the act of mercy and the offer of repentance is been refused and rejected. The universe will act, for we have so much power to act over our life, our environment, and our thoughts, our words, our actions are very much more powerful for when we're lucid. We're affecting a whole of humanity and even beyond into the universe. We have a great effect, much more than what we believe. Yet the global plan, the general plan of creation is in the hand of a higher power. And right now we're really reaching this point where the creator has been warning the dark souls that are creating this tyranny, that it was enough to let go. They could be recycled, reintegrated, but they keep avoiding, and they keep continuing their plans. And at some point the censor will speak, the universal censors, and all will change. There will be the divine judgment. There will be nobody can. In truth, it's not because God cannot act, it's because he allows all each soul to determine its program, and because of free will, so much has been allowed to happen. But since we're changing time, changing era, this great judgment will be coming, so we need to prepare ourselves to let go of judgment, also because we do not know the whole story about everybody else. We don't even know our whole story. So many things we forgot about ourselves. But God knows the whole story, why somebody's reacting, the ins and outs of the consciousness of each and every being. So you can trust that God is wise and intelligent and caring, yet he is lucid as well, and he knows what he wants in relationship to this changing of era. So trust that. It is important to listen to high-frequency music, to look for art that makes you feel good, to turn to book, messengers, all the things that increase your frequency and vibration, and be very careful of all the messengers that can create depression, anger, sadness, because we think, well, it doesn't affect us, this violence, this brutality, those lies that they keep broadcasting, but it does create an effect. So it's really about to be proactive rather than passive in relationship, to become victim of this program that they keep on, this tyrannical program that they keep working through fear and disempowerment. So we want to really move back into this empowerment, but for that we need to really create this shield around us to protect ourselves, and to see to not allow our consciousness to be exposed to some darker energies, to understand what gives you power, what takes power away from you, what takes you out of balance, how to return into balance, and call on the higher spirits and forces, the archangels, the masters, whomever you are comfortable with, when you feel like you need it. As soon as you feel, do not wait, just call on them. They will assist you in realigning you to your true self, your God self. And for it is not the thing and the people and the situation that are very relevant. What's relevant is the feeling that it generates within. If it's feeling good, the feeling of it is very, very much more important than actually the label on things. And so it's just a matter of being very aware of our feeling and staying into a relatively stable, more and more stable and joyful feeling state. I'm going to pull a few cards with the Angel Tarot to see what they mean. It's completely different cards than we had in the French reading. For the situation, it's family. It's connecting to those who think like us, who feel like us, who have the same goal, same desires. For sometimes in our family, there's some people that are we may be related and love them, but they're very different in their goals and objective and way of thinking. So it's like reconnecting to our soul family, to those people that. New people will come into our life. Around that, as well, to add to our family, is the card of doubts. For the doubts, we want to eliminate doubts. Doubts is like, it's normal to doubt, but at some points we want to tune in and ask for the Spirit to realign us, and then we'll find enthusiasm. And what we see in our conscious mind that will unfold is abundance. For abundance is absolutely a natural state. It is abundance is so many things. So just remove yourself from any idea of lack. If you feel like you're missing anything, call on the spirits. They will show you that it is already there, and you can, at this point, when you start feeling the thing that you feel, that you need, that you lack, then you feel it. You feel you can move towards it. You can attract it to you. What in the distant past, the subconscious is the light. So the subconscious has been enlightened, it's been clear, it's been purified. And now the situation we are in is forgiveness. This kind of forgiveness. We have to forgive. We have to allow them to move forward, to let go of the past, move towards the future, and trust God in all matters. What's coming in the near future is the card of magician, is the card of energy, is the card of the one. You are the one. There is no one else. It's you, your power, you here and now, to change the perspective of you and here and now, in order to return to your sovereign self. Your strength and power within the situation is love. Love is like a garment. You can wear that. Imagine a cape of love that you wear, and then this love protects you. Yet understand, you have a whole wardrobe. You can wear a cape of abundance, or the clothes of abundance. You can wear the clothes of creativity, of prosperity, of peace, and then whatever you need, just think to put this wardrobe, those garments over you to solidify your energy, and continue to cultivate that love. For that love is you, your true essence, your true nature. It is your strength, it is your power within the situation. What comes to you from the outside world is generosity. As you stay generous, the world will be much more generous. People are coming into awareness, enlightenment, and so much people are coming aware, and so they'll try to make up. The balance will be restored, and so but generosity will come from it all comes from God, in essence. So just be grateful. Generosity breeds gratitude. What we have in our inner emotion is a learning process. We're really learning each and every day. We're growing and learning, and the outcome will be an elevation. The consciousness will be elevated. Our frequency will be elevated. We just got to be cooperative with the energies of the soul. For the soul is really it already knows where we're going. There is some pre-planned, predestined energies, predestined. It knows our future. It is predestined. You don't have to. You just got to align with it, to come into alignment with it, and the information will come through meditation, through rest, through naps, through dreams, during the sleep state, to utilize the sleep state to understand we are in full consciousness, full consciousness when we sleep. But then this full consciousness part of ourselves need to operate within the confine of the critical mind and relative circumstances of our incarnation. But allow yourself to communicate and through love, for even if sometimes there is hardship in life. Let love be predominant within your experience, and understanding source in its manifestation. It is eternally in transformation, for there is only God, experiencing God everywhere, but through individualized perspectives. But it's an eternal process of manifestation, transmutation, turning potential into actual, manipulation of energy. It is beyond anything we can conceive, but to God it makes sense. The transformation of life, and so Heraclitus, the great philosopher, he wrote only one book in the 6th century BC. He dropped it in the temple of Artemis, and we only retrieved about 100 fragments. So they're still trying to figure out which order they go, because it doesn't always make the same meaning if we change the sense. But it's the oldest philosopher we ever got written written books from. He was a great philosopher. He was the man who cried. He cried because he thought people were so stupid around him. He was a king, and he was a tyrant that removed him from the. So he lost all his power. But he was a great thinker, and he saw that fire was the divine sacred fire was the essence of life. He saw life as a great flame that every day is always changing. The flame is never the same. When you look at a fire on a fireplace, it's like it always changes. It's always, and so the fire of life will always change. Sometimes the repetition are needed to learn lessons. For life is intelligent, and it is so intelligent. Sometimes we don't see the intelligence of the meaning and value of what we're going through, but there is always a meaning and value. And so Heraclitus also saw life as a river that flows eternally. It always maintains his identity as a river. Yes, this is never the same. You can never enter the same river twice, because the flow keeps going and keeps going. So and also this idea that life can be like walking your feet in the water on the beach, and then you have the shifting sand of time on one side and the ocean of consciousness, but the wave come and go, the consciousness comes and goes, just to see how we move into the sand of time. And sometimes there is tide. There is like a high tide where there's a lot of consciousness. We feel really good, and then the tide goes back. We feel like, oh, we lost the consciousness. We're like all lonely. But know that it will come back. It is part of a process of going. Then you can just move into the ocean of consciousness. And there was this little story that I already shared, but I thought it was interesting about this beach story. So I say it again. It's the story of this man that spent all his life, and then he dies, and then he's with God, and God show him, say, I'm going to show you your life. And he sees his life as steps on the beach from the time of his death. He was born to the time he was dead. And so he sees his life as steps on the beach. That was like... And he can see that there was the steps of God right next to his, so like everywhere he went, God went as well. And then, but then he noticed something. He said, God, look, Father, look, in the very difficult times of my life, there is only my footsteps. I was alone. It's really you really didn't walk with me during those times where it was so hard with me. But why did you let me? Why did you forgive me? Why did you forsaken me when those times when it was the most hardest time? There was only one set of footprints, and God said, well, it was the time you couldn't walk, so I was the one who was carrying you. That's why there is only my footsteps are there. So just know that this invisible presence of love and God is always there, and just make friends with it. Just ride the wave and make friends with it. And the more we connect mentally with our guides, with the spirits, with the Creator, the more we anchor this energy. And so even if you don't feel the response right away, know that the universe is listening to all that is that we think, and is very conscious of all things. This amazing consciousness that is our source and who we truly are, that we're just growing into. The highest wisdom is between worlds. We're still in between worlds. We're still in a time of transition in this buffer zone, and between the Kali Yuga and the Satya Yuga. So it's like, but stay focused on the light. Stay focused on the outcome of finding this freedom and this abundance. What we need to understand is the observer to stay neutral, to keep a neutral perspective, positive or neutral emotionally, to not allow ourselves to be distracted by the dramas of the past. What we need to do is the equitable being, to be fair, to be just, to be transparent, to know that the justice will be restored. So just to stay equitable. And the outcome of the new life, there's this brand new life that will be, that is unfolding, that is now unfolding. And so it is quite to be in gratitude for that. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I thank you for coming to listen to my message, for liking, for sharing, for commenting, for your subscription if you haven't subscribed, I will, and for your donations. If you want a private session, you can send me an email. I'm going to finish with a song, and I'll pull one more card. It's a song that talks about summer and joy and romance. It goes like this. Oh, when the sun beats down and burns the tire up on the roof, and your shoes get so hot you wish your tired feet were fireproof. Under the boardwalk, Down by the sea, on a blanket with my baby is where I'll be. Under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun under the boardwalk. People walking above under the boardwalk. We'll be falling in love under the boardwalk, boardwalk. From the park you hear the happy sound of the carousel, and you can almost taste the hot dog and French fries they sell. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, on a blanket with my baby is where I'll be. Under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun under the boardwalk. People walking above under the boardwalk. We'll be falling in love under the boardwalk, boardwalk. Yeah, under the boardwalk, down by the sea under the boardwalk. We'll be having some fun under the boardwalk, boardwalk. It's an older song about makes me think of California, and I feel like I'm really eager to return to LA, San Francisco, maybe even attracted to San Francisco. I don't know San Francisco as well. I know a little bit of it. Small town. LA is a big town. San Francisco is a small town, but. And so the card of the day, well, is like this great boat that is there. So it's like a card of travel, getting ready for living, for traveling, for adventure, crossing the great sea. So it is a good sign, and she's right there on the port. It's the tree of Gabrielle. It says, she said, to success is to be ready. It's time to overcome, to be. It's time to cross new doorway, to traverse new steps. Optimistic projects that happens has a schedule. So all of that that was pre-planned by the soul is actually happening, and it's time to move forward. It's time to go into to jump into the sea, and to go through those new steps. And so all of it will just stay focused on what you want. Keep your eyes on the ball. Continue to focus on this point of freedom, this point of abundance, where you're close of love and light and wisdom and creativity and abundance and prosperity and health. And all of it will unfold and manifest as they should. This new life is right before us, and this new time of Satya Yuga, this golden age. It's just the very, very beginning of it. So just and there is still the remnants of the old, but do not let yourself be distracted by the old. Just stay focused on the new. I thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.